James Dutton for Pro Boxing Fans. Delighted to join on Zoom today with Viddal Riley. Viddal, how are you doing?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
All good, thank you. All good. So we're here today talking a little bit about something you're doing outside of the ring. So you're supporting a
Yes.
great cause. We can see the T-shirt there, and there will be the link in the bio of this interview where you can buy the T-shirts. But it's a collaboration with
Perfect.
yourself and Teenage Cancer Trust. First of all,
Yeah.
talk to me about Teenage Cancer Trust and how you started working with those guys.
So, Teenage Cancer Trust was brought to my awareness quite a long time ago, actually. My mum was the first person who actually brought Teenage Cancer Trust to my awareness by taking me to a concert maybe 10 years ago, 11 years ago. It was at Royal Albert Hall. They do it annually. At that time, we had like the top UK artists, Jessie J, Tiny Temper. I remember Maverick Sabre was on the show as well. And I didn't actually know that we were supporting the cause by being there. It was kind of just the artist. As an 11-year-old, it was the artist that attracted me, not the cause. As I've obviously grown and I've hung around a lot of people who have supported the charity since then, I've realized, how much Teenage Cancer Trust actually do. They're the only UK charity that nurse young people with cancer, like in a way that they can be around their own age group. They have activities within the hospital ward, like snooker, PlayStation, like things that we all want to do as teenagers. They have that whilst they're getting treated. So it's a really unique way of helping people get over such a terrible thing. And being very close to that age group and having a fan base that is predominantly that age group, it only makes sense that I support and help out.
Absolutely. Take me back to that day when you went to the Royal Albert Hall, 11-year-old Viddal Riley. What do you remember of it?
Yeah.
Obviously, as you mentioned, it wasn't so much the cause, it was more the acts. But what do you remember about the whole
Yeah,
event
it
itself?
was the most vivid memory I have of the show was Tiny Temper actually getting everyone to shout TCT. At that time, they would like to be referenced as TCT, and I remember him saying it, and then everyone in the crowd was repeating it. And I honestly, speaking with you, honestly, I was repeating it quite blind. Like I knew what it meant, but I wasn't in depth with the cause that we was actually supporting. But to think of it now, years later, to have Royal Albert Hall, thousands of people shouting out TCT, like representing Teenage Cancer Trust, it really was a great thing. And unfortunately, with the pandemic that's going on right now, they haven't been able to do that show this year. So finding a way to still help with the fundraising, this T-shirt is part of that cause, to try and get people involved without having to be, well, they can be 2 meters apart, we should say.
So with that event, is that annually still? Is that still at the Royal Albert Hall every year?
So it is still scheduled to be at Royal Albert Hall every year. That's like their their home ground, their designated space to do their thing. But we don't know, as we all know, that the future is very uncertain for a lot of things that involve crowds and stuff. So hopefully it's not something that happens again, because I would go to the next one, especially with more knowledge and on the charity, and hopefully I could actually be involved in a show there. That would be even better, and something that it's exciting to even think about.
Absolutely. I think it was on Friday evening you did an Instagram live with Dan Howard, who was a former
Yes.
amateur boxer and also a patient with the Teenage Cancer Trust.
Yeah.
For those who didn't see it, just recap and tell us a little bit about Dan's story.
So Dan is a former Teenage Cancer Trust patient. He was a boxer, first and foremost, had 23 amateur fights, won 18 of them, got to the Northeast AVA finals on 2 occasions, and was really, like ourselves, in love with the sport and just happy to be a part of the sport. At 19 years old, so we're going back to 2011, 9 years ago, on Christmas Day, he had a grade 4 brain tumor that was found, and doctors pretty much told him that he wouldn't walk again, and then went on to say that he wouldn't live. His life was about to end. After having three surgeries, it improved. He had to have two more surgeries to then get rid of the cancer. And since then, he's opened his own personal training business. He still helps kids at his local boxing gym. And he still has involvement with Teenage Cancer Trust. So their patients, as soon as they're in a state where they can start physical activity again, he is there to help them. So really a story that doesn't get as much coverage. You know, we give a lot of coverage to the things that are exciting to the eye, but when it comes to the actual nitty gritty of the heroes that are around, they don't always get the light. So to do that Instagram live with him was like a humbling experience for me, because I know I have a large following and I don't feel like I've done anything in my life that is that level of great. So it was only right I give my platform to let him voice his story. And yeah, shout out to Dan Howard on that one.
You mentioned the story was humbling. You know, I watched it, and throughout it, you was lost for words. You was, you know, gobsmacked.
Yeah,
How
definitely.
inspiring was it after going away and, you know, coming off the Instagram live for yourself Friday evening over the weekend, sit down and go, wow, how inspiring was that for you?
It was very inspiring because, as I say, I like to think I'm a tough guy. You know, I like to think I'm a tough guy by hopping in the ring and getting punched in the face. But then you realize that's very surface level compared to what a lot of people in the world are going through. So it was inspiring. It was more like, okay, you complain about your life issues, and there's a lot more going on. There's a lot more important things going on. I'll still complain, as everyone knows me. I will always complain because that's what I like to do. But at the same time, it does put things into perspective, and yeah, it really allows you to know that people have overcome greater things than what I have experienced firsthand.
Has his story given you an extra motivation for your career going forward?
Yeah, you know, it's a matter of not quitting. You know, it's like people want to quit because of injuries, like a broken leg or a broken arm, or, you know, people want to quit over things that are not life threatening. You know, this man had a life threatening injury and owns a personal training company. So he is the head of a company that advocates physical activity when he should have never been alive or even in a position to speak about physical activity to the point where he can participate and run a business that is surrounded by that. So it's just, yeah, it really makes you think, if you're thinking about quitting over something that is, you know, any lesser degree than what he went through, should reconsider and just stay on the ball, push through and achieve.
You mentioned a moment ago about the media and the coverage of these sort of stories, and they don't
Yeah.
get the coverage they deserve. Why does it not get the coverage, and, you know, how inspiring can those stories be compared to what we do get?
Oh, we live in a world where conflict always sells better than a hero story, unfortunately. I don't know why that's the case, but it is. You know, if someone is showing another human being a ton of love, no one cares. As soon as I punch someone in the face, it will be on everyone's Instagram, everyone's Snapchat. And that's just really the day and age that we live in, unfortunately. So a lot of positivity is hidden because people rather share animosity and conflict. And it's a shame. It is a shame that it's that way, but it is. And I've benefited from the world looking at things that way. And I'm sure we all have at some point in our life, but I also like to equal it out. And with the numbers that I have and the following I have, I want to share the positive stories as well. You know, I'm looking, even if I look at my Instagram posts, I look at the amount of likes I get for something that I'm doing with no gain for myself. It's purely to give back. It will get maybe 10, 20,000 less likes than if I posted a picture of, you know, me and KSI, for example. And in a way, that's kind of backwards. You know, we should be supporting the cause that is actually out to help, not glorifying our own success. But as I said, it's not something I can change, but all I can do is make sure the positive stories are shared as well as my own successes.
Absolutely. I was going to mention about your platform, you know, a big Instagram platform, massive YouTube platform. Yeah. How can people like yourself, who have got these levels of exposure to the next generation, you know, the teenagers, how can you guys help? And, you know, how nice would it be Without sort of
Mm.
boasting from your point of view, saying, "Yeah, I'm doing this."
Yeah.
How nice is it for you to be able to do it?
Oh, it's a great opportunity for me to be able to do it. I feel like I've been in the public eye long enough now for people to kind of decipher my persona and personality, and bragging and being big headed is never an angle that I come from, because naturally I'm just not like that. I do believe in myself. I'm very confident in what I do, and whatever I practice, I believe I can be the best at, regardless of who it is and what level it is. But it's it's important for everyone to know that when you get to a certain level, I'm not saying help everyone, because that is unrealistic, and that would be me just talking BS, but definitely pay attention and focus on causes that you have a passion for, or people that are doing things you believe in, and don't feel like you have to be selfish and not help that person. A lot of people work hard to get the platform that they've got, and they hold on to it, and they're selfish with it, and they think, oh, I didn't get any help on my way up. But that's not really how the world works. Like, it's about the opportunity you're given. Use it in all aspects. Use it to maximize yourself in all aspects and gain knowledge. I've gained so much knowledge by doing this collaboration with Teenage Cancer Trust, and being in the world, being a part of the world. As we know, life is very short. You need to expand your knowledge as much as possible, learn as much as you can to pass on to as many people as you can. That's the ultimate goal, and should be the ultimate thing that everyone aspires to do. So through working with Teenage Cancer Trust, through helping others, you learn a lot yourself, and it adds a lot to yourself as well. So it's good to be selfless in certain aspects. And of course, you can't be too selfless. People take advantage of you, but that's just, you got to find a balance. Life is about balance. And I feel like in terms of what I do in my following and what I do in my audience, I definitely bring a balance. So my message to everyone that's, coming up, or maybe in my position one day, or already in my position, find a balance and help what you really believe in.
Definitely. Now, obviously, we can see you wearing the t-shirt. I will put pictures of the full t-shirt at the end of the interview as well in the video. The link is in your bio on Instagram. The link will be in the description at the bottom of this interview on YouTube. Obviously, the t-shirts there. What more are you looking to do in the future? I know you're looking to go to awards and visit all the patients.
Yes.
There. Of course, Dan Howard is one, or unfortunately, of many stories out there and people out there. What are you looking to do next to help and support this cause?
So I wanted to go into one of the wards. Originally, that was the plan. I know I have quite a few supporters that are in the wards. So I did want to be in there and just chill with the guys and just see everyone, and to spend some time with them and try and hear their stories, and the fact that they support me even with everything that they're going through. The least I could do is go into one of the wards and just show my face and just be a part of them for a period of time, best I can. But definitely once all the restrictions are lifted, things seem to be opening up again slowly and progressing. So I definitely want to go into one of the wards. I'd like to meet Dan in person, go up to his boxing gym, maybe do a few sessions up there, sparring. He spoke about that. He has a few sparring partners up there my weight. So I'd like to do that and just really link back my passion of boxing into the fact that we can link that to Teenage Cancer Trust, and that would be ideal for me.
As I mentioned, we will have the t-shirts with the link in the bio, links on your bios as well. I do encourage you to get out there and purchase a t-shirt. It's a small gesture that will go a long way.
Honestly, it's just £22, just under £22, including a bit of shipping, so it might be a bit more. It's actually in dollars because the company is based out in LA, but it will be converted over to whatever your currency is. We're shipping worldwide. It's only available for 2 weeks. We're already about 4 days in. So again, it's less than 2 weeks right now. I've got about 10 days left on the sale. It's a one-off sale, brand new design from my clothing company that's been a part of it. And yeah, it's just, I don't see a reason why. I know people spend $25, $26 on less important things. So put your hand in your pocket, support the cause. I'm making absolutely nothing, so don't worry about me gaining from it. just help. And hopefully our aim is to sell over 100 t-shirts, and I believe we can do that. So yeah, guys, hit the link, purchase. The realist loves it, and yeah, thank you.
Absolutely, Viddal. Thank you for your time. Hopefully, you sell a lot of t-shirts, a lot more than 100. I'm hoping, and hopefully see you on stage at Royal Albert Hall one day at one of these events.
Oh, listen, don't get me excited now. It's the end of the interview. I'm trying to calm down.
Viddal, always a pleasure. Thank you, my man.
Always, thank you, James. Appreciate you.